I wanted also to ask Sasha Gong to come forward. Sasha is a woman who has defied the Chinese government and been punished for it. She is also, since she was able to flee her native China, obtain a PhD from Harvard, no small thing, but also to lead the Mandarin section of the Voice of America for a time. We asked her to talk to us about the kinds of information operations that Chris Smith is trying to address in this legislation. Sasha, to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me try to overcome my shortcoming by coming here. Well, it happens a lot, I have to say. Actually, thank you for all the generals and all the soldiers who defend our country so greatly. And what I want to say one thing, I want to talk about another kind of war. The war the Chinese Communist Party has been launching against us for a long time, and we are losing ground. This is a war of ideology, an ideological war, and we are losing ground, and at this point we are almost defenseless. I think that's as urgent as military defense. And well, let me talk a few months ago, I read a report from China. It's about the One Belt, One Road. It said One Belt, One Road, we built all this, we did, but one very important task of the One Belt, One Road, this is from the CCP Central Committee, that we have to bring our reporters, bring our programs. We have to launch what they call award programs to nurture local journalists. We have to bring our broadcasting programs in their local language. We have to go there. In other words, the Chinese said, we have to go there to capture their hearts and minds. Losing hearts and minds is what we have been losing for a while. And the Chinese went to each country they went to, they make sure in Pakistan, they broadcast in Urdu, in Africa, they broadcast in different languages. And in the United States, what they do is that they set up the CCTV division here. Actually, once I sent a reporter to cover the place and to see what are they doing. They have 2 cable channels here. And the place of CCTV there in Washington, New York Avenue, is twice as big as Voice of America. And they employed a lot more people. Their people are much, much better paid. Not mentioning their equipments are so much better. And I was looking at the tape when they came back. I said, Jesus, we are in the primitive age. We are, in terms of broadcasting. And so in this case, we actually, if you go to New York Avenue, look at CCTV, we know there's enemy at the gate. And what we are doing? We are sleeping in many ways. And well, I saw Chinese diaspora media here. What happens, the Chinese were very smart in one way, in a way of being aggressive. They capture the diaspora's media around the world. They work on with, if you guys are interested, not long ago, Hoover Institution issued a report on that, and you can look at it, and I think this guy's maybe a few leftovers of the Chinese could not buy, the Chinese media. And in our way, our responses to the Chinese aggressions very inadequate. In terms of Voice of America, for example, I know, I have been working there for a while. What they do, they take the CNN model, say, hey, 50% we are for the Chinese, 50% we are against the Chinese. We are disarming ourselves. Meanwhile, the Chinese are taking our ground and broadcasting here and taking our people and winning hearts and minds in the world. So, in a way, when I look at all this anti-America, media criticizing our president, I was thinking of what Reagan said: no nation will survive with such self-disdain and such self-denial. Look at our media doing that. And at this point, I also want to quote President Reagan once said, there is a point beyond which they must not advance. We are at that point. Thank you.